And for anybody else who's thinking of ever owning a old car, you'll either love the car or I think you'll end up hating the car. There is no mid path. So I think Gadi chahi, I got the car in 2002. It belonged to my granddad. He had two Beetle, duita थियो उहाँसँग, एउटा blue, एउटा Raato. The Raato was the spare car for the blue car. He drove the blue one, and then he basically used the red one for spare parts. And then before he passed away, he gave the cars to two of his grandsons. My cousin brother got the blue car, and then I got the red car. And that's how both of us ended up with Beetles. The Gadi was in a pretty bad shape. Engine wasn't really good. Paint was all peeled off. For some reason, I really liked the car. And I've had the car for almost 21 years now, and I've been driving it ever since. The car has never stopped running, except a few days every year when something happens to the car, which always happens, for an old car. So I think the slightly challenging part of owning an old car, I think, is the maintenance part. And मेरो गाडी चाहिँ since day one, Santu Dai has been looking after the car. I think he's probably the best hands-on mechanic that there is when it comes to old cars.
मेरो नाम शान्ति कुमार डङ्गोल हो। म लाजिमपाटमा बस्छु। मेरो वर्कसप छ आइडल अटो केयर। मेनली म VW बिटल बनाउँछु। मैले काम गर्न थालेको 30-32 वर्ष भयो यसैमा। बिटल चाहिँ अलि पुरानो मोडलको गाडी हो। यो चाहिँ एकदम बलियो छ। मलाई मन पर्ने गाडी हो।
And I think I keep telling my wife, I think as long as Santu Dai is alive, the car will continue to run. The moment Santu Dai decides to close his workshop, the car will probably stop running. So I think grateful to Santu Dai and the skills that he has.
Also, सबभन्दा गाह्रो भएको बिटल चाहिँ कुन हो काम गर्नलाई?
ए सबै उस्तै हो मलाई लाग्दा।
प्रसन्न दाइकै हो क्या?
That's one. And I think number two, the second part about owning an old car is it's a little bit inconvenient. जाडोमा कहिले स्टार्ट हुँदैन, कहिले बाटोमा बन्द हुन्छ, तेल चुइन्छ, कहिलेकाहीँ ब्रेक काम गर्दैन. I've had the accelerator को तार I think around minimum 4-5 चोटि चुटिनै सक्यो होला बाटोमै हिँड्दै. But at the same time, I think the car is also somewhat strangely familiar to a lot of people, even though they may have never owned it. बाटोमा जहाँ गाडी रोके पनि I've had policemen come in and smile and push the car away. I've had kids running next to the car who want to inquire if they can help in any way. गाडी धकाल्न कहिले पनि समस्या भएको छैन. So I think in a very strange way, maybe it's the shape of the car, or maybe it's just a weird looking, funny looking car. It's very easy to make friends when you drive the car. And no matter where I've got stuck, which has happened a lot, I've always found people that are willing to help, whether it be just pushing a car or calling somebody they know, or finding an alternative to the accelerator go wire, for example. And I think in terms of अहिले सुन्दाखेरि चाहिँ fun, but I think having the car for 21 years, key highlights would be all the road trips we've done with the car, and I think the amount of times it's caught fire. Starting with, I think there was one incident I remember because we were driving through BICC. This was the early NADA days, and then as the opening act, there was a convoy of Beetles driving through NADA. And I remember specifically किनभने मेरो अगाडि गाडीमा चाहिँ मिस नेपाल हुनुहुन्थ्यो, उहाँ चाहिँ त्यो sunroofबाट निस्केर she was waving at people and we were behind her. And then somebody was honking behind me, एकदम impatiently. And म चाहिँ एकदम irritated भइरहेको थिएँ. I was young. I was like, what's wrong with this guy? किन honk गरेर भनेर. And then I was sort of ignoring that horn for almost a few seconds. I did not stop, So I turned back to swear at the guy, and I realized my car was burning, and at the back, So I think that was the first time it caught fire. So I got into somebody else's car, and we were still driving up to Kakani. And this friend of mine was consoling me. Chitta no dukha kinabhane. There's an award for the worst car, and then that award is like the free maintenance at Santu Dai's garage or something. So that car will be taken care of, And so we went to Kakani. In my head, I was thinking I'll win the worst award, obviously. Gari ago lacho, rally ma, all that. And then when the time for the award came, somebody else won the award. So turns out usko to bato ma battery padkera pura gari ma pal bhayo in the same rally. So I lost out to a car which was actually worse than mine. So multiple issues, but I think the car is still here, which is a testament to the fact that despite all the fire, despite all the odds, the car still runs. I like the car. I think there's I don't know why it's not comfortable to drive. It's a left-hand Beetle, there's no power steering. It's hydraulic brakes, meaning you have to pump the brakes to stop the car. So you can't really stop it like that. It's heavy. It's not fun to turn. And there's no air conditioning. But for some reason, I like the car because I think it brings back a lot of fond memories. Reminds me of the time I used to watch my granddad sit next to the Beetle, spend hours playing with the engine of the cars, when I was very small. So I think some things are just inherited. You just inherit certain passion. I think the Beetle is one of it. And then I think I've tried my best to make sure my son understands how lovely the car is, despite its flaws. So I'll stop there. Parting thoughts about the car, and for anybody else who's thinking of ever owning an old car, you'll either love the car or I think you'll end up hating the car. There is no mid-path. Asti, we went for a ride together. The wiper stopped working. This happens every monsoon, strangely. But at the same time, the joy of driving a left-hand car with a 1700cc engine at the back that runs up like it's any other modern cars. It's a different kind of a feeling. I think the one that will probably stay with you for a long, long time. But for that to happen, you really need to love the car. I still think there are quite a few people in the country that love classic cars. Maybe it's for the Instagram stories, but also because some people genuinely like driving cars. And I think as long as those kind of people exist, cars like these will continue to be seen around the city. Only kam hola, sankhya kam hola, there's going to be a few cars. And I think every time you pass by one, you feel a little bit happier that you're also contributing to this particular circle of friends. Having said that, I think if you can ever afford to keep an old car, nothing like it, that's probably one of the best feelings in the world. My name is Prasanna. I drive a left-hand Volkswagen Beetle.